Good morning, guys. So, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Annette, and today we are going to be doing my August TBR video. For July, I picked 6 books. Of the 6 books, I have read 4 of them. So the other 2 will go back on TBR to be picked in either this video or another video. Yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? The TBR jar. So we will do 4 prompts out of the jar and 1 bookish image. So the first prompt is over 400 pages. Let's have a little look. Maybe this one? Maybe this one? I think I'm going to stick with these 2 at the moment. I have been really interested in reading this one. So it's about basically a spook who fights evil, and he takes a 7th son as his apprentice. So I watched the movie for this one, and I wanted to see how the book portrays, or how much of the book is portrayed in the movie. This one's quite long, so this one is 600 pages. And the other one I was interested in is Starborn by Lucy Hoonson. On the day Kendra comes of age, she accidentally disrupts her village's naming ceremony, ending centuries of tradition. So when an unnatural storm targets her superstitious community, Kendra is blamed. She fears for her life until 2 strangers save her, wielding powers concealed for an age. Powers fueled by the sun and moon. Together they flee to the hidden citadel of Norris, and here Kendra has disturbing visions of the past, showing war and one man's terrifying response. These draw her into the city's fanatics and rebels. Kendra will also be brutally tested to unlock her own magic. If she survives, nothing will be the same again. But could the dark talent she discovers create as well as destroy? Can she control it to right an ancient wrong. So this one is 493 pages. To be honest, this one is sounding more my vibe at the moment. I'm definitely feeling more new worlds than older or already known worlds. So I think I'm going to put Starborn on my TBR for this prompt. So let's pick another. Female author. Interesting. So maybe Postmortem by Patricia Cornwell. I picked this one up after the new Scarpetta show came out. I was quite interested in how they've taken all of the book series and made them into series in this TV show. It feels like a lot of this is going to be comparing adaptations. So this one, a serial killer is on the loose in Richmond, Virginia. 3 women have died, brutalized and strangled in their own bedrooms. There is no pattern. The killer appears to strike at random, but always early on Saturday mornings. So when Dr. K. Scarpetta, chief medical examiner, is awakened at 2:33 a.m., she knows the news is bad. There is a 4th victim, and she fears now for those that will follow unless she can dig up new forensic evidence to aid the police. But not everyone is pleased to see a woman in this powerful job. Some may even want to ruin her career and reputation. So this one was originally published in 1990, so a bit of an older one there. Or all the ones on the shelf. 3 of the ones here, 1 of the ones down there. I might do Crown Shadows. This one I picked up recently in May at the Ages of Pages event in Hamilton. So it is like indie authors and some traditionally published authors do an event in Hamilton once a year. So I was lucky enough to pick up 5 books, and I got this one signed. So this one, never mess with relics of the old gods, or the pixies who once guarded them. After her mum's disappearance 6 months ago, Bethany Arohan has been running their tavern in Old Devon. Something her family had been doing ever since a light-fingered pixie lost them the job of guarding the treasures of the old gods eons ago. Then her brother Lou is attacked, his best friend murdered, and the tavern firebombed. A confrontation with a former lover leads to the discovery of another murder and a missing jewel from a godly relic. And Beth learns that the Aerodrome Hoard, one of 3 godly hoards now guarded by the elves, has been stolen. But this is no ordinary theft. Darker forces are at work, and they're not only seeking the means to resurrect a god of destruction, but the power to forever banish daylight. That power lay in Argona's claws, 3 godly artifacts that, when used together, give the user full control over night itself. With the webs of suspicion drawing ever tighter around them, Beth and Lou, with the help of 2 sexy elves and a cantankerous old goddess who knows far more than she admits, race to find the missing artifacts before those intent on unleashing chaos. It's a race they must win because it's not only their lives on the line, but the fate of modern day England. So that's fun. I feel like I'm not really feeling serial killers at the moment, so I might go for Crown of Shadows just for that reason. I've read 4 in the month of July alone, so I'm feeling like some fantasy. So we'll do Crown of Shadows by Kerry Arthur. So the third prompt. One from the bottom. Set at sea. Ooh. I don't think any of these are. No, I don't think so. So on this side. I think I have only one. So this is The Sea Beggars, This Forsaken Earth by Paul Kearney. So this is 338 pages. That's not too long. This book's quite long. Nothing moved in all the tangled mess of wreckage and shredded cordage and shattered spars. All along the decks, flesh, wood, and iron had been beaten into one unholy pulped mess, from which trickled streams of blood that brightened the brown stains venting from the scuppers. The enemy vessel was a dead thing, which even the wind could no longer stir to life. The revenants stared around in wonder, as if uncertain as to who could have brought such a thing to pass. As silence fell, broken only by the weary creak and groan of sea-borne wood, the death rattle of a tall fighting ship, there was a moment almost of reverence. This, Roll said, is victory. But no one can outrun their past. As Roll Courtishing discovers when his old acquaintance in murder, Cantica, King of Thieves, turns up unannounced to make Roll an offer that cannot be refused. To safeguard the hidden pirate city that has become his home, Roll must leave behind his beloved ship, Revenant, and take to the mountains of Pina, where his sister Rowan is fighting for possession of the mightiest kingdom in all this world. Amid siege, pitched battle, and betrayal, Roll will discover that his world is not the place he thought it was, and he must relearn his assassin skills in order to survive. So this doesn't actually sound like it's set at sea much at all, even though the cover has quite clearly ships on it. But it fits as much as anything on my TBR will at this point. So that'll be book 3. number 4 is a mystery. Interesting. So all the mysteries are on this shelf, so something from here. I think I might go with post-mortem. Yeah. One murder book on the TBR. Yeah, I think I might. So that was for the 4th prompt. So now we will grab a little book picks and pick one of these. Veil of Frost and Flame. Yes. So what is this one about? So the Goodreads summary says, I've spent most of my life in hiding because of my sister, King Barony's prized gifted. I've been concealing my power and praying to the makers that no one recognizes me as her twin. I was a fool to believe she'd only betray me once. It has been nearly 15 years, but Tensi has found a way to twist the knife in my back once more. Now I've been kidnapped in her place, forced to pretend to be my twin if I want a shot at survival, as the brutal commander of Duskthorn's army, Killian Blackheart, delivers me to his bastard king. If they discover that ice, not fire, runs through my veins, it could mean my death. But as we journey to the Northlands, I find nothing is what it seems, both with Killian and the world I thought I knew. A war is brewing, a war where gifteds like me will be on the losing side no matter the victor. A war that will come down to sister against sister, fire against ice. But they forget the ice burns too. Cool. So that is 5 books on my TBR. So yeah, nice little reading month for me. I think Starborn is the longest book. So yeah, that'll be nice. So that is all for this video, I think. So I will see you guys in the next one.